There lived a princess called Elian. She flies on a giant cat along with her friends in Lumbria. It is her birthday, and so they wanted to have fun together, to spend the whole day with her. However, Elian tells them that she had to spend the day with her parents. Turns out that her parents have turned into real monsters a year back because of a curse. And now Elian and the advisors are trying to keep this news from getting out. But the castle is in a mess because of the both wrecking everything all of the time. They have not yet found a way to reverse this curse, and they've been lying to General Cardona why the king and the queen are always busy. But her patience soon wears off, and she keeps being persistent on meeting them. Soon, Elian receives a message from the oracles of the sun and the moon that they'll pay her a visit and resolve the situation. Now, Bolinar and Nazara, seeing that they can't keep this going any longer, decide to crown Elian the queen so that the kingdom will have a ruler. When they present this idea to her, however, she said she will accept if the oracles are unable to help as well. The oracles arrived, and they were actually stunned to see that Elian wasn't lying, that her parents had truly turned into monsters. They wanted to help, and so they used this magical device called the fob, which acts as a universal wand. But just as they were about to reveal how the king and the queen can be rid of the curse, their monster selves attacks them. They ran off terrified, promising never to return ever again. All out of hope and disappointment, Elian lashes out at her monster parents for making a mess like always, and now it has cost them the opportunity to lift the curse. After a while, she calms down, and since it is her birthday, she apologizes, gave them cake, and spends some time with them, sitting outside the cages. She forgot to lock them, and the next day chaos. Her monster parents had escaped and are outside the castle, chasing a herd of sheep. Everyone had seen them now. There is no going back. General Cardona gave orders to capture the monsters, even though Elian tries to stop her, telling her that the monsters are the king and the queen, but she do not listen. The monsters secured inside the cages. Before, when the oracles runs off, they accidentally left the fob behind, which Elian's pet Flink got to. Now, with no other way out, Elian uses the fob and makes the escape with the monsters into the dark forest of eternal darkness. General Cardona and the rest of the soldiers are on their tail, and when Bolinar got too close, Flink uses the fob, which made them switch bodies. Now Bolinar is stuck inside this rat. They find the oracles, who provide them with just one solution, which is that her parents can only revert the curse if they themselves go on a journey, and they will have to look for the light and follow the path. The oracles tell her that her parents are monsters because they have lost their light, and they have to find the light for them to get back to normal. High atop the last mountain there is the Lake of Light, and when her parents steps into the lake, they will turn back to normal. They also want her about the darkness inside the forest, but the princess thinks that she don't have any dark feeling, so she'll be all right. Inside the cave, they soon see that their emotions, be it may positive or negative, has the ability to attract pure light, or the darkness. And when the dark energy started to consume Elian, her monster parents save her. They started to talk, emitting the light which consumes the darkness. Since there is an improvement with her parents, she tries to make them remember that she's their daughter. They rest for the night since they were not able to find any other light beacon. When her monster mum starts to remember her name, the next beacon of light is revealed. The next day, Cardona had tracked them, and apparently Bolinar had left a trial for them to follow. But eventually, Elian noticed this and tell him not to mess up their plan, since this will be the only opportunity that they might get in saving her parents. They crossed so many obstacles, made it to the other end despite the fight between Mum and Dad. Seems like the sport can't stand each other, always fighting. The monsters started getting their memories back, and soon they arrived at the Lake of Light. The both realized that they were actually responsible for their own fate because they were fighting the last time. So now there are refuse to step inside the Lake of Light, telling Elian that they don't want to be together anymore. All the anger and desperation ignited within her, drawing the dark energy toward her. Meanwhile, the troops had them surrounded and locks up the monsters. But Bolinar unlocks the cage. Now that they are able to talk, they tell Cardona and rest of the tropes that they are the king and the queen. They leave to save Elian. Her, consumed in darkness, destroys all the sweet memories that she had with her parents. King and the queen lifts up and pours the Lake of Light onto her, saving her before she gets the curse as well. King Solon and Queen Ellesmere apologizes to their daughter for being selfish about themselves and not noticing her. The Lake of Light surrounds them, turning back her parents to normal humans.